Berserk chapter 380 just came out, and what the f? No intro today. New chapter from the world's worst seinen manga just dropped, and as expected, it is atrocious. Berserk, when it was written by the late mangaka Kentaro Miura sensei, was undoubtedly the greatest manga on the entire planet Earth. And that was a well-known and well-respected fact. In fact, even to this day, Berserk is the highest rated manga on my anime list because of just how good, well-crafted and just absolutely perfect it is. But there is always a but. On May 6, 2021, one of the greatest mangaka to ever set foot on planet Earth passed away and left behind a legacy so good, it changed millions of lives. Unfortunately, I guess humans were not worthy to see the real ending of Berserk, so before finishing the greatest manga of all time, Kentaro Miura sensei passed away. Then we all know what happens next. His best friend Koji Mori, who apparently does not know how to write any story at all, took it under himself to finish Berserk, and I wish he hadn't. In the beginning, when he published a few chapters, everyone loved it, more so because of the fact that the greatest manga is getting its continuation. But then, as the chapters continued, it started getting worse. At first, everyone looked beyond it, thinking that of course, Mori is not as good as Miura sensei, so things like these will happen. But it just kept getting worse. The plot, the characters, and the writing of the manga just started going downhill at an alarming rate, and chapter 380, which came out recently, is the worst chapter of Berserk I have ever read, except for that one Eclipse chapter. Now, why am I calling this as the worst chapter in all of Berserk? Because it is! I talked about it in my last video that Mori is giving way too much character development to Farnese and is just ruining the story and her character completely, and I still stand by it. But in the latest chapter, Mori just ruined the greatest character in all of Berserk. Here is what happens in this chapter. Rakshasa got absolutely destroyed by Silat and went in search of darkness, and in Berserk, there is only one thing which is darker than the void itself. So Rakshasa went towards Guts, who is still locked up in the basement. When he went there, Guts simply said, "There you are, my angel of death," and wanted Rakshasa to kill him. This is the most bullshit thing I have ever seen in the entirety of Berserk, and believe me, I have seen these two bitches. The entire character of Guts. The reason why we love him so much is because of how, even when it seemed like there is no hope, even when it seemed like everything is gone, even when it seemed like the whole world was crumbling, Guts never gave up. That is what makes him so damn admirable. He is branded. His mother died even before his birth. His father sold him out. This bastard raped him. His father tried to kill him. He got a best friend who killed everyone he loved in front of him and raped his girlfriend and sacrificed him. His girlfriend is scared of him. He is not even gonna get peace after death. He suffers all the time. Literally everything wants to kill him, and he doesn't even get proper sleep. And despite all that, not once in the story has he ever given up. Now yes, when the Falcon took Casca again away from Guts in Elfhelm, Guts was shattered. The last thing that kept him together was taken away from him. Literally every normal person would crumble and would just want to die. But the reason Berserk is the greatest manga of all time is because Guts is no normal person. All of us fans knew one thing, that even after this, he will get back up because he is one of the greatest protagonists of all time. But Mori, he just turned Guts suicidal. It is so utter bullshit. I hate it so much I don't even have the words for it. After that, when Rakshasa is right about to kill Guts, in the lamest, I don't even know if this, I can call whatever this is as combat, with just one slice, Silat kills Rakshasa. Now I'm sure Rakshasa isn't dead, but it hasn't been made clear because Mori clearly doesn't know how to write a fucking story, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And then Silat, being the Erwin fan he is, grabs Guts by the collar and scolds him, asking him why he didn't want to fight back. Okay, so the simple answer would be because his hands were fucking tied up, but sure, you know, hey, as you wish, Mori. And Silat for some reason just has this super I want to be a leader of all men complex. I don't know, in the recent chapter he had just been shown as the greatest leader of all time. But then his servants and Daiba come and stop Silat and take him away, leaving Guts again to be depressed and suicidal. On the surface though, trolls are still spawning everywhere, and the goddess herself Farnese is killing everyone like it's fucking nothing. It is absolutely crazy. Oh, and for all the fucking idiots who are defending Farnese by saying that she has been practicing for a long time, right in the next panel, it is shown that at least 20 mages come together who are sweating hard and are barely hanging on, and they chant something like a really difficult spell, and all of them together make a light of the same size that Farnese did alone without even breaking a sweat. It is fucking crazy how glazed Farnese is by the writer. I just don't understand. Then Rickard meets his girlfriend, which is kind of cute, but even Rickard's plot post Mori is so damn horrible. And for the end of the chapter, oh, plot twist, we see that Schierke isn't actually sleeping. She is going in search of Casca in Falconia, which I don't know how she'll interact with her unless she, enters her conscience, because that's how like Schierke's like mind thing works. But what's the fucking point of it? Like literally everyone and their grandmas know that she is in Falconia, and it's not like Schierke can just teleport Casca away or help her escape. I don't even understand what's the fucking point of Schierke going there. Like, why? It's so fucking dumb, and I'm just so confused. Like, she can talk to her, yeah, but what's that gonna achieve in like a realistic point of view? Anyways, but that is where the chapter ends. And really, this is undoubtedly the worst chapter of Berserk and probably just any manga I have ever read. Mostly because Guts had just given up and now has turned suicidal. I did talk about this in my last Berserk video, but I think I am kind of scared that this is turning out to be the truth. I think Berserk is going down a hole of being just a below mediocre manga because of, I think, two reasons. Number one is that Mori can't write shit, he's horrible at it. And number two is that it's like Berserk is just so well famed and popular, right? So people will just buy it even if it's absolute garbage. So because of that, I will wait for like 2 or 3 more chapters after this, and then I'll probably drop it. Like, I will still read the chapters to make videos on it because, I would be a fool to say no to free content, but I will drop it as an expectant fan and just be like, oh, new Berserk chapter dropped? Cool, I guess, who gives a fuck? Because even to this day, Berserk is the greatest piece of fiction I have ever read, and watching it become this absolute shit show garbage is insanely painful. Also, someone asked me in the last video that I should be grateful for what I'm getting and asked if I would be fine if Berserk never continued. And at that time, I responded with, not really, and I myself was contemplating, but now I have my proper answer. His top soldier. Yes, I would be fucking fine with Berserk not continuing. I would be more than happy if Mori dropped it right now, if this is the path the manga is going, in the future. We need a redemption chapter really soon, otherwise Berserk would be better off dead. And for any of you oversmart fucks who will just say, oh, so why don't you stop reading it if you're having such a big problem with it? First of all, shut the fuck up. No one asked for your opinion. And second of all, because of content, you fucking idiots. I got called out by a guy in the last video asking me that why am I reading it if I have such a big problem with it? And it's like, brother, you're a fucking idiot. Anyways, that's really all that I have for today. Massive disappointment day and a massive disappointment chapter. I don't even think that's the right English. It's easily the worst Berserk chapter of all time, and I absolutely do not like even a small thing, even a single panel from this chapter. Mori, just because you draw, your art is okay doesn't mean that your storytelling is good. So you're better off not writing it at all. That is all. If you guys disagree with me and are happy with mediocrity and just like getting whatever you're thrown, just like Pokemon fans, then comment down below and talk shit to me. I will entertain you. And if you agreed, let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're brand new. 1K likes and I will do a complete uncensored review of everyone's favorite family-friendly anime Overflow, and subscribe if you enjoyed. However, with less subscribers than the official One Piece English channel, subscribe right now and let's crush them. If you enjoyed the video and want to help me out, drop a comment down below. It really helps boost the video in the algorithm. People think that it doesn't help at all, but it really does. So let me know in the comments what your favorite manga is and if you're enjoying the current Berserk or not. Thank you for watching so far, it means the world to me. If you want to know what the best indie story game of all time is, then click here. And if you want to watch me rant about some other anime, manga or movie or stuff, then click here. That is all. Level up quick and don't be a dick. See you next time.